2019-2020 domestic seasons appear to be done and dusted, but now focus switches to the European competitions, and today we're bringing back the Champions League. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we're taking a look at the last 16, whatever you want to call it, out of the Champions League, and we'll get to it in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related, Champions League related. We got it all here, boys. That's right, under one Ruski. It's been a while, but the Champions League is returning this coming week. So yeah, get ready for those bad boys. It's a little bit complicated because some games are done and dusted. Some games may have played the first legs, but we'll talk more about that in just a second. Of course, I want a big shout out to the Dirty Dozen. Yes, that's right, the Patreon gang. You know who you are. We did get a new one just the other day. Dylan Goddard, respect to you, sir. Thank you very much for joining the old Patreon gang and becoming the latest member of my family. Forever growing family. I do appreciate you guys. You put a smile on my face. You give me a bit of extra kick up the arse every morning to make more videos. So I keep on doing it. Yeah, and I do appreciate that. So if anybody else is out there wants to join that VIP gang, there's a link down below in the description. It might even be on the screen if I'm clever enough to put it on the screen. I'll put it on the screen right now. But let's bring you up to date with, of course, the Champions League, where we're at, what sort of situation we're talking about. Let's jump into the deep end. So yes, boys and girls, it is the Champions League once again. So let's in fact let's talk about the prediction criteria. Of course, we're still doing the old predictions and all that kind of stuff. It is still the old format, the new prediction league. We'll talk more about that in a minute. It's not in effect just yet in this world. Of course, it is in effect in the Scottish Premiership, so make sure you check that bad boy out. And also, we're going to wrap up this one, of course, just the 4 games to review for last time around. That was the second legs of the first batch of last 16s or whatever it is. So 0 to 1, you're in the shit-faced gang. 2 to 3, you're in the straight-faced club. And if you get all 4, you are in the top banana. So yes, let's take a look at the games and all that kind of stuff of what happened just last time around. This is the bracket. If you are following it in the bracket style, just like me, this is how it looks, how it all pans out. We'll go into that in a bit more detail in a bit. But let's remind ourselves, of course, Spurs did lose to Leipzig in the second leg, of course. I actually went with a 2-0 prediction. The final score was 3-0, with Sabitzer with a brace, Forsberg on the score sheet as well for Leipzig. That was all the way back on the 25th of February. Goodness gracious me. I remember it like it was yesterday. Joining them, so that was not too bad prediction, of course. Joining them, it was Atletico Madrid put on a performance and a half. I went with a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Unfortunately, for Liverpool fans, they crash out 3-2 for Atletico Madrid. Llorente with a brace, Morata as well on the score sheet. Ronaldo and Firmino actually gave Liverpool hope in that one. 2-goal lead on that one to drag it into extra time. But yeah, shit won that one. A lot of us got that one wrong, so let's not too, you know, they can't be greedy. They can't win it every year. But yeah, Atletico Madrid are stubborn. They are a team that you don't want to play, and it looks like Leipzig are going to be taking them on in the next round. We'll talk more about that shortly. Atalanta, again, they're looking very, very good. I went with a 2-1 win for Valencia on this one. It actually was a 4-3 7-goal barnstormer in the end in favour of Atalanta. The goal scorers Illich with 4 goals, two from the penalty spot, 2 in open play. Gamero got himself a couple for Valencia, and Torres got the other one for Valencia. 7-goal barnstormer, and again to send Atalanta through. Got that one wrong as well. And then wrapping it up, it was Dortmund. They took on PSG, or should I say PSG took on Dortmund. 2-0 final score, and I got this one bang on the nose, boys. Bang on the pissing nose. Yeah, goal scorers on this day was Neymar and Juan Bernat. Emre Can, the ex-Liverpool man, got himself sent off on that occasion. Again, those games took place on the... when did they take place? What did I say? Did I say 25th of Feb? Oh, I lied. Those games took place on the 10th of March, 10th, 11th of March, that sort of stuff. So that's my picks, and I did okay. I give myself a straight-faced gang. What about you guys, boys, though? Let's get into it. Vinny Wanny. Again, all these predictions took place 4 months ago. Goodness gracious me, it's been a long, long time, but they're still valid as it stands. So Vinny Wanny did all right for himself. Kmar, not too shabby. The Italian stallion did shit. Ritish did okay. Russell Frost, not too shabby, but he is a patron, so we give him an extra bit of a round of applause, of course. Tottenham Lol, he did okay. He did all the way through to the final, which... as it stands, it could still be that final, I'm sure. We'll see. Yannick Buster, not too shabby as well. Cody Cahoe, we'll get to you in a minute. Carl BTW, not too bad. Yao for VMPP did poop. Slavin Celtic also did gash. Cody Cahoe, Patreon, respect to you, and not too bad with your picks as well. Goma Tamang, he did shit as well. Ya Nan, she did, or he did, whatever, did okay. Blasi, not too shabby. Ri did okay as well. And Eamon Omer, not too shabby. Omaji Monday, of course, the legend that he is, did okay for himself. Into the back stretch here. LG and Car, respect to you for being a patron. Well done, sir. You are a legend, of course, but you did shit this time around. We've got Homang Wamai, did okay for himself. Joachim Johansson, well done to you, sir, for being a patron. You are a legend. But your predictions are okay as well, so not too bad as well. We'll give you an extra. Ishman Ojan Boss did poop. Piero Paolo Karam also did very, very well. Razi did shit. And Umelio Luna Rusu did shit. Yeah, so there you go, boys and girls. There you go. Of course, we're going to be back for the back end of this last 16. We're going to talk about those games now, of course, and then we're going to look forward, of course, to the quarter-finals, and we'll talk more about that as it all pans out. So yes, next season we will be doing the prediction league for the Champions League, I suspect, but it'll be from group stage onwards, of course. So I'm going to be covering all the qualifying games and all that prediction-wise, just to kind of warm up in a little bit and get into the feel of the predictions sort of for the new season. But from the group stage on, we'll be doing the prediction league, so make sure you stick around for that. Start to participate, and the best way to do that is bang the old subscribe button, of course, and bang the old little bell so you don't miss a beat. And while you're at it, give the video a kiss on the backside with a bit of a thumbs up. So let's talk about it then. This is the situation as it stands, the old bracket as the teams roll on in. Of course, on your right-hand or left-hand side, should I say. We've already eliminated a couple of them. Spurs crash out 4-0 on aggregate after losing 3-0 in the other day, or the last time around. So they crash out, and joining them will be the other English side, or one of the other English sides, and that is Liverpool. They crash out 4-2 on aggregate as well after the game got dragged into extra time. So yeah, 4-2 and aggregate. Atletico Madrid go through. Liverpool go out. And that sets up a quarter-final match of Leipzig up against Atletico Madrid, which will take place, of course, after the conclusion of the back end of this draw. And we'll have those predictions again on the channel, so make sure you stick around for that. Into the back end of or the lower end of this side of the bracket, Atalanta, of course, 8-4 on aggregate. Absolutely destroyed Valencia in the end to go through to their quarter-final. And they will take on PSG after they came out on top 3-2 on aggregate over Dortmund as well. So yeah, it's looking tasty. It's looking very, very tasty. Who's your pick from this half of the draw to make it through to the final? For example, Leipzig-Atalanta semi-final would be very, very fruity on this end. But today we're going to be talking about this end right here. It is, of course, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Lyon, Juventus, Napoli, Barcelona, Chelsea and Bayern, all to come to a conclusion. They've already played their first legs. Now these second legs will take place in their original venues, and then from then on in, quarterfinals all the way through to the final will be played at a neutral venue without any fans. So, and again, these also won't be having any fans. So let's break into it then and take a little look at the games that are coming up this coming week. So we'll kick it all off, boys and girls, with this Bobby Dazzler, which will take place on Friday the 7th of August. It will be Manchester City taking on Real Madrid over at the Bernabeu, of course. Now these two sides have duked it out over the past few seasons, all the way back to 2012. It's six times in that time span. 2 wins for City, 2 wins for Real Madrid, and 2 draws, perfectly poised. Of course, the first leg did go in favour of Manchester City 2-1, which was way back, and of course back end of February with the goal scorers on that day, Jesus and De Bruyne for Manchester City, Zico on the score sheet for Real Madrid. Ramos got himself sent off, and he'll probably be suspended for this game, which could be massive. Of course, he's a talisman for Real Madrid. Goal scorer, well, not really. He's of course defender, but he does score goals. He does score goals. He's a big time player. That sort of stuff. So yeah, so 2-1 first leg. What do we have in store for the second leg? Of course, prior to that 2-1 win for Manchester City, the last time that these two sides did play was in the middle of a Mickey Mouse Cup, which we don't really count, but the last time played in the Bernabeu was a 1-0 win for Real Madrid back in 2016. Fernando with a big fat OG back in May during that campaign. Man City actually undefeated in the last 8 matches in the Champions League. They've also scored at least 2 goals in 13 of the last 16 matches in the Champions League. Coming into this, of course, Real Madrid on the back of La Liga title. They're going to be happy days with that one. Manchester City, of course, on the back of runners-up spot, should I say. But they're going to put all the chips in the basket for this bad boy and try and go all out to win this one as well. Man City do come into this winning 5 of the past 6 games. Their only defeat was the FA Cup match against Arsenal, where they looked a little bit ropey on that one. Let's take a look at the bookmakers' odds on this. 5-3 on for Manchester City for the victory. 7-2 is your draw. 10-3 is Real Madrid on this one. If you want to have a little look at the bookies' odds for the overall, who's going to win the Champions League outright, Manchester City are the favourites, 10-3 to win it. Real Madrid are long shots at 20-1. For me, I'm going to side with a 3-1 win for Manchester City, which, if I do my calculations right, it will send them through 5-2 on aggregate to set up a nice little quarterfinal against one of these bad boys, either Lyon or Juventus. But anyway, that's the situation in that one. Let's break it on to the next game, of course, is Lyon up against Serie A champions now, of course, Juventus. Now, the first leg is expertly poised as well with a 1-0 lead for the Frenchies, of course. But anyway, this game will take place. When will it take place? Tell me. I'll tell you. It takes place on Friday the 7th of August as well. Now, these two sides have duked it out 6 times over the past 10 years. 4 victories for Juventus, 1 win for Lyon, and 1 draw. That 1 win, of course, was the first leg, which took place on the 26th of February with Lucas Toussaint, the one and only goal. Before that, it was a 5-game unbeaten run between Juventus over Lyon. The last time I played in Turin, though, it was a 1-1 draw back in 2016 in November. Probably a group stage game. Higuain on the score sheet and Talisio on the score sheet for Lyon as well. Heading into this, though, Lyon, of course, haven't played a game since... Oh, they've just played friendlies. They played friendlies. It doesn't really count. They've been playing friendlies pretty much for the month of July as they try to keep themselves fit and healthy, raring to go. Of course, the League One season got cancelled or postponed, or whatever you want to call it, terminated early doors after the COVID outbreak. But Juventus just fresh off the back. They've actually got 1 game left on the 1st of August against Roma. That'll be the final game in Serie A, and then it'll be all eyes on this one. So, but their form is not great. 2 wins of the past 5 in all competitions, but realistically, I think they've been kind of taking it easy since they won the title after the Sampdoria game. But in this one, you know what? I do fancy Juventus to smash it and bring the game back in their favour. 3-1 on the final score for me on Friday, the 7th of August, and that will see them go through just 3-2 in aggregate. Unfortunately, I'd like to see my heart would say Lyon, but my brain says Juventus on this one, and that would set up a nice little fruity little quarterfinal up against Real Madrid, against Manchester City, of course. Next up, we do have Napoli up against Barcelona. Again, this one is very evenly poised. 1-1 draw after the first leg. Let's take a closer look at this bad boy then. The game did take place, the first leg, of course, back in February. 1-1 draw in the end. Dries Mertens on the score sheet for Napoli. Griezmann on the score sheet for Barcelona. Vidal got himself sent off, and again, he will be suspended, I believe, for this one. However, last time played at the Camp Nou was a 4-0 win. It looks like it was a friendly, I think, so it doesn't really count. Let's see if we got any actual valuable games. No, not really, between these two sides. Heading into this, though, of course, Barcelona's La Liga season did come to a close at the middle of the month, around about 19th of July, and they ended the season with 4 wins at the past 5. They did lose to Osasuna, though. Meanwhile, Napoli still have to play Lazio, which is a bit of a fruity game, of course, but ultimately it's not really going to matter too much for Napoli because they are out of the Champions League race. Lazio are in the Champions League race. In fact, they've guaranteed themselves a spot in the next in the competition next season. But if Napoli were to be victorious here, they could go all the way and become representatives of the Champions League next season, of course. But anyway, Napoli come into this just 2 wins of the past 5, losing to Inter Milan and Parma in the process. Heading into this, Barcelona actually undefeated in the last 7 matches in the Champions League, and Napoli also undefeated in the last 7 matches in the Champions League. The bookmakers' odds will give it to Barcelona 13-8 on red hot favourites. 3-1 is your draw. 17-4 is your away win for Napoli. That's just for the match itself, not for the aggregate tie. If you want to go and look at who's favourite to win the trophy out of these two sides, Barcelona are 4th favourites at the moment, 8-1, with Napoli, where are they? 66-1 to lift the trophy at the end of the campaign. For me, though, you can't bat against Barcelona at the moment. 2-0 win against Gattuso's boys, and that will take the aggregate tie to 3-1 and send Barcelona through. Into the quarterfinals they go. Who will they play? Chelsea or Bayern? This one looks a little bit lopsided already after the 3-0 first leg. Bayern disposed of Chelsea at Stamford Bridge as well, with fans, might I add. The goal scorers on that day, Gnabry with a brace, Lewandowski as well. Marcus Alonso got himself sent off, so he will not be a part of that game, if he was was fit or ready to go anyway. Anyway, the last time these two sides did play in the Champions League at Bayern was a 1-1 draw way back in the May 2012. Didier Drogba on the score sheet, Thomas Muller as well on the score sheet. Chelsea actually going through, I think, to the latter stages on that. Boy, or did they? I can't really tell. In fact, they did. I think they did. Was it actually the final? Was it the final? I don't know. It could be it could very well be the final. In fact, if that is the final, then last time they played in Bayern was a 3-2 win for Bayern in 2005. Goodness gracious me! Pizarro with a goal, Scholl and Guerrero, Lampard and Drogba on the score sheet for Chelsea. That's if the last time these two sides played in an actual competitive game outside of the first leg. It went in favour of Chelsea on penalties, it looked like. Anyway, heading into this, Bayern actually won their last of matches in the Champions League, and they'll fancy their chances at this. They've also scored at least 3 goals in 6 of the last 7 matches as well. Coming into this, 5 wins on the spin for Bayern. Of course, they ended their season at the back end of June, so they've had the month of July off. Meanwhile, Chelsea just wrapped up their campaign against Wolves, and they've also got an FA Cup tie against Arsenal coming around the corner as well. So a lot of football still to be played for Chelsea, and it could go on further if they were to turn this 3-0 deficit around. It's going to be big. It's going to be a tall order, and to be honest with you, the bookies don't fancy it. 9-4 on for Bayern for the victory. 50-4 is the draw. 11-2 is for Chelsea for the victory, just for the game itself, not for the trophy. If you want to take a look at the odds, Chelsea are 250 outsiders. Long shots. But if they were to turn it around, if you put a quid on 250-1 and they turn this around, and you're not going to win any money, but those odds will drastically shorten, and they'll look a little bit more fruity after that. And of course, Bayern are actually second favourites, 10-3 to win it. For me, though, I'm going with another big scoreline in favour of Bayern, 3-1 win in the end. Chelsea, they're running out of steam, I think, and to be honest with you, I think they're going to look forward to the FA Cup and hopefully win a bit of silverware for Lampard. It's going to be interesting, that game as well. But yeah, I think their season will come crushing to a halt after this one. 6-1 on aggregate. Bayern will go through, and that, my friends, will keep you up to date with the outstanding last 16 second legs. And this is what I expect will happen at the end of it. We will see the end of Real Madrid and, of course, Olympique Lyon. Napoli and Chelsea will go home to set up this tasty little quarterfinals on the agenda. And those games will take place starting around about the 12th of August, give or take. So we look forward to those whenever they are confirmed and done and dusted. And again, we'll have probably on the Saturday the 9th, we'll probably have the latest round of predictions for this competition. Of course, be sure to stick around for that bad boy. Of course, next season we will have the prediction league for the Champions League, again from group stages onwards. But until then, just stick around, bang the old subscribe, of course, bang the old little bell. I'll keep you up to date with all things Champions League related, but of course Blackburn Rovers related, whoa, football related. And we got all here, boys and girls, under one roof. Of course, check out the old description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there: Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way, that's the way to do it, kids. That's the way to do it. Anyway, who's your tip to go out all the way and lift up the trophy? Of course, after these round of matches, it's going to come thick and fast. It's going to be like a mini World Cup, games left, right and centre, probably done and dusted within 2 weeks. So, you know, we're going to look forward to that as this manic end of the 2019-2020 calendar year for football comes to a close. It's come to a grinding halt very, very soon, which is a much needed break for a lot of the guys. But then the new season's is just around the corner. Until then, boys, give this video some love, smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, and I'll see ya very, very soon. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.